Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
Within 3 days of the UK's Online Safety Act taking effect, V.P.N signups jumped 1,800%. Not 18%. 1,800. Kids didn't hack anything. They just routed around the age gate entirely. That number should land differently, depending on who you are. If you're a parent who assumed age verification was keeping your child off certain platforms, that's a gut punch. If you're an investigator or analyst evaluating these tools for real-world deployment, it's a warning sign about trusting any single enforcement layer. And if you've ever unlocked your phone with your face and thought, well, at least that works, this episode is going to complicate that confidence in a useful way. The technology behind facial age estimation actually does function. The science is real, but the system built around it falls apart at almost every seam. I want to walk through exactly where and why, because the lesson here goes way beyond kids on social media. So what happens between the moment a camera estimates your age and the moment you're granted or denied access? Facial age estimation works by analyzing a photo of your face and producing a number, its best guess at how old you are. In controlled lab settings, these algorithms have gotten genuinely good. According to NIST testing, the tools perform best when operators set something called a challenge age, a threshold between 29 and 33 years old. That's the cutoff where the system says, you look young enough that I need to check more carefully. Below that range, you slam into a brutal trade-off. Tighten the system, and it starts wrongly blocking adults who look young. Loosen it, and teenagers sail right through. There's no setting that catches every minor without also locking out a significant number of legitimate adults. That's not a bug anyone can patch. It's a mathematical ceiling baked into how age estimation works. And that's still the optimistic scenario, the one where the person is sitting still, in good lighting, looking straight at the camera. According to NIST's findings, if someone changes their facial expression, puts on glasses and takes them off, or is captured on video instead of a still photo, the algorithm's age estimate can swing by years from one frame to the next. The same person, same session, same device, and the system can't agree with itself on how old they are. For anyone relying on this as courtroom evidence or regulatory compliance, that inconsistency is disqualifying. For the rest of us, it means the age gate you encountered last Tuesday might have given a completely different answer if you'd tilted your head. Now, even if the estimation were perfect, even if it nailed your age every single time, the system still collapses at the next step. A UK survey of 1,270 children between 9 and 16 found that 32% had circumvented age checks on their own. And 26% of parents admitted they helped their kids get around the restrictions. That's not a fringe behavior. That's roughly a third of the population the system was designed to protect opting out. In Australia, the pattern repeated. 70% of teenagers under 16 still accessed restricted platforms despite age controls being in place, and V.P.N usage climbed 170%. Circumvention doesn't require sophistication. A borrowed login, a second account, a $3 VPN app, any of these routes around the gate faster than regulators can build a new one. So why can't the system just detect those workarounds? because of something that rarely makes the headlines: shared devices. According to reporting by Medianama, in rural India, 99% of children have internet access. But 50% of them use a device that belongs to someone else: a parent, a sibling, a neighbor. India's data protection law requires verifiable parental consent for anyone under 18. But when a child is browsing on their mother's phone, the system sees an adult's account, an adult's behavioral pattern, an adult's verified identity. The age estimation never even fires. The entire verification layer becomes invisible. That's not a problem unique to India. Anyone who's handed their phone to a kid in a restaurant has created the same gap. And layered on top of all of this is a bias problem that makes the stakes deeply unequal. AI-based age estimation algorithms consistently produce higher error rates for female faces than for male faces, a pattern documented in algorithms going back to 2014, and researchers still don't fully understand why it persists. The errors also fall harder on people with Black, Asian, Indigenous, and Southeast Asian backgrounds. According to research cited by the Center for Democracy and Technology, these adults are more likely to be misclassified as under 18. That means they get blocked from platforms and services that other adults access without friction. For an investigator, that kind of systematic misclassification contaminates any dataset built on these tools. For everyday users, it means the system doesn't just fail. It fails unevenly, and the people it fails most are already the ones with the least power to push back. 438 security and privacy researchers from 32 countries signed an open letter in March of 2026 calling for a pause on age-based control deployment. Not because the math is wrong, because a technology that works in a lab cannot serve as the sole enforcement mechanism for a system where users don't cooperate, devices are shared, circumvention is trivial, and bias cascades through every demographic it touches. Facial age estimation can guess how old you are from a photo. It cannot stop a determined 13-year-old with a V.P.N and a second email address. And it cannot do its job fairly when it's more likely to misidentify you based on your gender or the color of your skin. The technology isn't the failure. The belief that technology alone can replace enforcement. That's the failure. Whether you're evaluating these tools for a case or just trying to keep your kid safe online, the question was never, does it work? The question is, what happens after it works, and who's responsible for everything that follows? The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.